that's not an issue. But try to start with professional plan. Now, if you have started with an individual plan, that's not an issue because you can always resort to professional plan. You can always upgrade your plan. All you have to do is, enter your company's information and like you'll be upgraded. So, that's not an issue as well. Uh, just proceed to, clicking on sign up and yeah. So with the sign up, if you've already filed your LLC in, now that is where now you can basically select your country as well, which is of course United States, and you can proceed to agree and continue. Your business type, it now there are like multiple business types. Uh, State-owned business, of course you're not that because that is something which is owned by government. NASA is a state-owned business. Publicly listed business, that is something like Tesla, which is something which you can buy stocks of. That is of course not a business which you're operating. Charity, that is also not probably something which you're doing in here. Charity is an NGO business, or for example, Bill Gates Foundation isn't there, that they will register themselves as charity. You will be a privately owned business because LLC is basically a privately owned business. Click in here, and this is how your business will appear as on registration document. Now, this is of course the name which you selected from here while filing an LLC, and I do not want to put in anything in here because of course these are like already registered businesses, and it will be an issue for me. So I'll just open it up. Still gotta make it more detailed, but I'll just walk you through the steps. Uh, so after you just give off your business types and your business name, it proceeds to your mobile or telephone number, and your mobile or telephone number is basically whichever number. Make sure that you're available in that, because it does send you OTP, it does send you verification codes, and you have to make sure that it's with you all the time. Of course it will be with you all the time, but you're always able to enter that OTP and access your account, because it's basically used for double authentication or double verification. Moreover, it asks you for your chargeable credit card. Now try to make sure that you're not putting in anything from debit card. Instead you're putting in credit card. There are like multiple reasons for that. Also Amazon, you're initially you did not use debit card as well. But not only on Amazon's account, even if you're buying from someone, if it's like a completely new supplier, I would always recommend to use a credit card, because you can, even if a supplier scam, you can always charge back that card. But with debit card, if once it's gone, it's gone, and that is something which we learned the hard way after doing a few losses and giving out money to scammers. So make sure that you're using a chargeable credit card. But yeah, let's get with this guide a bit. So after you've put in your information, it basically asks you for your business information. With your business type, that is something which we immediately entered. That is a privately owned business. This is the business name which we entered. After that, it asks you for your company registration number, your EIN, and that is something which I have to add some pictures as well in here. So whenever I give you out the guide, it will be by tomorrow. It will have pictorial representation, a visual representation, so it covers you easily. But yeah, so nevertheless, you have to get your company registration number. That is going to be your EIN, your registered business address. So these are all the information which you need. After you file your LLC, you'll already have that information. So I will always say that prior to signing up on Amazon's account, it's always better to file for an LLC. So you can immediately start with a professional selling plan. Moreover, you also have to enter your individual information. Now, make sure that your the business, the company owner, and your name, that is like the same, because of course you're making sure that if you are filing a company in your name, you have to make the account in your name. If there's like a difference in there, that might cause issues. Now there can be something around in here, so that for example, if you start an account, you can start on a partnership. Now for example, if someone starts with their partner, they've got a partnership account, they've got a partnership LLC, and now you can use either one of your names and start your own account as well. So in that case, it's not a big problem. But otherwise, it becomes a problem if you're just putting someone else's name into your LLC, and now you've used your name, or you're using someone else's name into your Amazon account, and someone else's name was there in the LLC. So make sure that's like mapping. Moreover, just adding up to it, if you have made one LLC, you only have to make one account with that. There's no way that you can create multiple accounts, because that will just result in straight away suspension and both of the account suspension. So make sure you're not doing that. Just wait for a while. All right. Make sure you're not doing that. Uh, Moreover, if now you want to file for another LLC, or now you want to file for another company, because now you want to make another account, or want to have two accounts, make sure that you're filing for a second LLC. It needs to have a separate EIN, it needs to have a separate everything, and then you basically start your second Amazon's account. Amazon does allow multiple accounts if you've got like multiple businesses, but you have to justify it as well. So yeah, that's another thing, but that is something which will happen in future. Otherwise, it's like completely cool. You do not need to worry about it. So after you've entered your registered business address and your individual information, now comes your banking information. Now provide Amazon with your business bank account details. Uh, Now once again, be sure to switch the account holder name from yours to your business. Of course, if it's a business account, if it's registered on an LLC such as Wholesale Mastery, I have to make sure that if it's an individual account on my name, I am shifting it to a business name. And even if you're opening an LLC, and you're just opening a business account after that, so that's not an issue. You'll immediately have an account into your business name. After that, you need to provide your credit card details. Now that is, your credit card information. So of course, Amazon can charge, $40 a month for the professional account. Once again, no need to worry. If you haven't sold anything for like 1 to 2 months, you can always, open a case with Amazon, and they basically reimburse that cash. After that, with the store information, pick up your storefront name. Now, this can mirror your LLC, or it can be completely different. So, for example, our LLC has got a name of Rickrock LLC, but a storefront name is its VP Wholesale. We've got an LLC which is known as Radical Grace, but a store's name is the Grit Store. So there's like literally nothing where it's like not mandatory that whichever LLC you have selected, you need to have a storefront or the domain name same for that. Even if you're making a website, we've got an LLC which we've got an LLC which is named completely something else, and the website is completely named something else. So there's like no need to worry about it. uh so you can always search the storefront name. Of course, it has to be once again unique as well. After that, Amazon will tell you if your selection is available or not for your storefront's name, of course. All right, this is something which I'll add pictures of as well, so it's like quite easy for you. No diversity certificates. They're like multiple questions which they're asking. If it's an LGBT owned business, if it's a women owned business as well, of course you can select it in here, because that's a diversity certificate. I think it adds it. I think it gets some extra benefit as well, or I think not. I don't think that's the case. But you can all you can select in there as well. And no to being a manufacturer or brand. This is very important, because if you're not a manufacturer, or if you're not doing private label, if you're just doing wholesale FBA, and wholesale FBA basically buying someone else's brand, right? And you're reselling it at a profit. So you're not the manufacturer, nor are you the brand. So just make sure that you're putting in no in there. And this is something which which when I give you of the guide, it will be quite easier for you, because that will also contain pictorial representation. So yeah, now with the verification, upload the copies of either your driver's license or your passport. Of course, I reside in Pakistan. For me to open up an Amazon's account, I need to have a valid passport and give that over. Uh, but if you're just starting, yeah, if you reside in US, that won't be a problem for you. You can start with the copies of your driver's license. Just make sure it's a legit one. It needs to be valid for at least a few months after you're submitting this. Let's have a look at the chat as well. How do you get a diversity certificate? All right, all right, all right. Uh, uh, Once again, this is something which I'll also have to search up quite honestly. I'll also note that down. This is basically just a drop down option. If you select it from here, it's a women-owned business, or it's an LGBT-owned business, or like there are like it's if it's a minority-owned business. If you just select it from there. Uh, I don't think they ask for something else. Maybe they do, maybe they do not, because they will not confirm, of course, that if it's an LGBT owned business, there's like no certification for that, right? So I don't think there will be a problem in there. But once again, I'll have to reconfirm and let you know. So yeah, that's the thing. All right. Let's move on with the next one. With the verification, you need to upload your driver's license or passport. I would suggest, if you guys are reside in US, to start with driver's license. That's always better, and easy as well. But yeah, of course, you can start with your passport as well. Uh, these are the common problems. I tried to mention it beforehand, because with the verification, these are the very common problems which we face with multiple people, that first of all, name and addresses do not match. That is why we are making sure that all your business documents, they have to show your legal name. So make sure that you're not doing any typos, any misspellings, any whatsoever. So your passport slash your driver's license and your business name and your EIN and your resale certificate, they all should have the same on your Amazon's account. They all should have the same all should have the same legal name, and the address as well. So if there's like any misspelling or anything, it has to be corrected. All right, so because otherwise it will cause unnecessary problems. It can still be redeemed. There's no way, like it will Amazon account will not open up, but it will become a problem. Just a sec. All right. Moreover, if the ID or bank statement is being rejected, now if your bank statement is being rejected, or if your ID is being rejected, maybe you do not have it, quite sharp or crisp. I recommend 1,000 DPI. It can also be, I think, approved in 600 DPI. But make sure that you're properly scanning the document. It has got all corners there. It's like not cutting any corner, and then you're basically submitting your driver's license or your passport, whichever ID you're submitting. And the next thing which a lot of people encounter is, you have another Amazon account. Now, this is something which people sometimes do not deliberately do or intentionally do. Sometimes they got an Amazon account like years and years ago, like let's say 4 to 5 years ago, and once they once they created that account, they just left it. So it's like kind of dormant account, and now they're signing up as another account, and they realize that, okay, I also opened an account a long, long time ago. But after you've opened up an account, your Amazon might suspend both of your accounts in the linked case, because Amazon does not allow a single person to have multiple accounts, until unless they've got like separate businesses, and once again you have to justify that as well. So yeah, just make sure that whenever you're signing up, just try to recall your memory that you have not made any account before that, and even if you have, just try to access that, delete it, or even if you do not remember the credentials or something, you can always open case with Amazon, that okay, this is the issue which I'm encountering. They'll try to resolve it. If they're not resolving it, because sometimes Amazon's customer service is not, they have to still work on that. So you can open multiple cases at multiple times, so that also becomes like quite easy. Then the problem gets resolved. So yeah, that's about it. After that, after making sure that everything is sorted, then comes the very important part, which is verification. Now that's two-step verification. Your first verification will be your identity verification. In there, you will be in a video chat with Amazon's representative. So Amazon's representative, a rep, basically, gets on a video call with you. They ask you to verify your name. So, just basically speaking your name and your address. Sometimes, they just ask you to hold up your physical ID. Now, I do not have a physical ID with me right now, because it's like 7 a.m. I do not have office opened up, but you basically just have to make your ID just stay in front of them, and just make sure that all corners are clear, the camera is not blur. Once again, that's extremely important, because a lot of rejections which we have faced during verification is because the webcam was blurred. So make sure you're putting in your best webcam. If your webcam of your laptop is not that good, I would suggest that using a phone for your video call, because phone's camera is always better than laptop's camera. So you can use that to participate in a video call. Hold up your physical ID. Sometimes if it's a passport, they ask you to flip your pages, so they know that any document is not forged or something. Sometimes they also ask you to bend it for authenticity. Nevertheless, it's like very basic questions. There's no need to be nervous because they're like just asking your name. What basically they want with your identity. Sometimes, they also ask you that what do you intend to sell on Amazon? Always tell them that, okay, I want to buy from authorized distributors, from authorized supplier, and resell them on Amazon. So, wholesale FBA is the business model which I'm opting out for. Do not mention online arbitrage or something like drop shipping, because that is something which goes against Amazon's terms of service, or there's a gray area where they're basically playing at. So Amazon might not approve with that, because of course it's like continuously on a crackdown against those sellers. Always talk about wholesale FBA, because I think you're like I'm assuming that you're interested in doing wholesale FBA business. So make sure that you're mentioning that, and just be very calm, be extremely cool. Take deep breaths before the call, and it will be all okay. It's like sometimes it's like only 4 to 5 minutes. Sometimes it's like 10 minutes. Sometimes Amazon takes lots of time. It's like 20, 25 minutes. So that's a whole interview process being conducted. But even if it's if even if it's that even if it that even if it, sorry if even if it's that process being conducted, even then it's not a big issue, because they're like just asking for very, very basic information. Sometimes, yeah, they do reject your account at first, and then they come again with a video verification process. And most of the time, when they reject your application, it's because one of these things that's not done, in a good way, or these things are not fulfilled correctly. Maybe your bank statement is blurred out. Maybe your addresses and name does not match, or maybe it's an issue, something like this, maybe of a dormant account. So that account was like years ago active and now it's not active. So make sure that you're like clearing all of these issues, and only after that you're proceeding with this. So yeah, that is about your first step identity verification. Once it's done, then it's about your address. So of course, you'll have a physical address in there to Amazon, which will be your registered agent's address. Amazon will basically ship out a code to that address, or they will email you out that code. That code will be used to access your Seller Central. And of course, monitor both your physical address, which was the address of your registered agent if you do not reside into that state, or if it's your own state, you can be your own registered agent as well. That's not an issue. But make sure that at all times someone's available. So whenever a mail is sent, someone's there to basically receive it. And once they receive it, monitor that mail and email for the code. And yeah. Uh, if like the address is not verified, it can be done later on. Moreover, sometimes Amazon does not even send you a code as well. So sometimes only verification step one is done. Just give me a sec. All right, all right, all right, all right. So sometimes only the first step verification is done. Amazon does not go for a second step verification, because you have attended the first step very well, or maybe luckily, the agent who came up, he was like quite okay. He was not a CIA agent or something who took a lot of time to investigate. He was like quite okay that, okay, if it's just pending, or if you're just able to answer questions, or you're not being too nervous, or you're being very chill about it, and your interview goes well. Sometimes they do not proceed with the step two verification. So if it's not done, you will be able to access your Seller Central, and this is how your Seller Central will look like. uh Let me open it up. Yeah, so this is basically how it will sort of like look like. uh and yeah, Seller Central's class will be on Friday. But still, this is how if you're proceeded to this kind of a page, that basically means that, okay, you have done it well, and now your Amazon's account is approved. So yeah, after you have done it, the next thing which you want to do is set up your deposit method, because of course that's the reason why you're signing up for an Amazon account, right? For your deposits to increase. So for that, you just have to move to your uh you know your your Amazon Seller Central, and go into your account info, go into your deposit method. Once again, all of the visual representation pictures will be there to make it quite easier for you. And from there, you can just basically enter your deposit method. Now, it could be a fintech method, it could be a physical, bank account details as well. We also pay out payments on Payoneer, on Wise.com, and also onto a physical bank accounts. So that's not a big issue. Just have to set up whichever deposit methods are feasible for you. I think you can even enter like multiple deposit methods. So nevertheless, that's not a big issue. Amazon does payments bi-monthly, or sometimes it holds your fund. If you're a new seller, it holds your fund for like 20-25 days, even for a month sometimes. But after you have sold for like 10,000, $20,000, $10,000 of sales, or like 1 or 2 months have been passed, they start giving you out payments like bi-monthly. So that's a really good thing which they're doing. So yeah, that's about it. That I think covers up lots of things. Setting up state tax ID. You just go to tax settings, under settings, and you just enter your EIN, and your state, and your custom tax rate, which is of course in there. So you do not need to do a lot of things in here. Amazon basically files for the state tax for you uh, on Amazon. So that's not a big issue. So yeah, that's about it. I think we covered how to file for an LLC.